to season 2 of the Loves Gymnastics podcast, brought to you by the Loves Gymnastics Network, brought to you by the creator of this, Michaela Loves Gymnastics, and her co-host, Oscar, aka Gymnastics Saves Lives, Miss Shayna, and Ezra. And together, we bring you the Loves Gymnastics podcast. Season 2 begins now. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We love and appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, bring more people into the community. It's NCAA 2025 time. Let's go, girls! And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Welcome back to my channel, Michaela Loves Gymnastics. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the post podcast edition of the Love Gymnastics podcast, brought to you right after the NCAA National Championships 2025. We are celebrating. We have to celebrate the people who won. Congratulations to OU Gymnastics on a wonderful, wonderful victory. Y'all ate the 3 other teams that was on the floor up. It was really, really, really amazing. Now, I know people for to get on here and say if other teams was there, it would have been closer. I really don't think it would. I don't think so. I think no matter who was there, I think it would have played out the way it would have played out, just because I feel like KJ's viewpoint on gymnastics and her team is very similar to the way the Carolis used to run things over there at gymnastics, USA Gymnastics. And I feel like, once again, it's proven that the stricter, more harsher coaching leads to a dynasty. And I want to talk about that as we talk about OU's victory and what is the implications. Do we think other schools are going to try to hire more stricter coaching because they want to win? What do we think? And let me add. Oh, I did add these people. Hey, Shayna. Hey, Nisha.
Hello.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
How are you feeling? I know.
I mean, you have to give respect where it's due, And I'm not a Oklahoma like the school fan, but I do like KJ Kindler, and that lady knows how to get a team ready to win. And regardless of people, have their own affiliations, LSU is my team. But they in order to get to this level consistently, you gotta know how to win and to not win. And the sport is gymnastics. Anything really can happen on any given night. So we could say, well, if Florida was here, LSU was here, you can't dictate it like that, because you gotta only compare to when the people are on the floor at the same time. And LSU and Florida got beat, and OU deserved to win. They deserved it. They looked like the more prepared team. They were the cleaner team. They were not perfect, but they were clean throughout the whole night.
Absolutely.
And I would say they're the only team, in my personal opinion, who main priority is was to win this national championships. Like all the other teams seemed like they wanted to win. It was, but there was other priorities. It was having fun or healing old gymnastics trauma or NIL or whatever. Oh, you ain't about none of that shit. Oh, you was like, bitch, if
and
you gonna come here and win us a national title, you ain't
and
gotta go
that's
to the
why I
Olympics.
disagree with you, Michaela.
Go ahead.
I feel like the tears at the end of this meet showed that we want. Well, UCLA we wanted this, and we were fighting. It was not a blowout. It was not a blowout. We were there, but yeah, we did good. Just missed it. You could tell that we wanted this, but OU were the better team this day today.
Yeah. I mean, you just never know how people are going to react, because you look at like last year, a Cal team. They were so happy to be there. That was their first time in a final, and they came in second. It was probably the same margin of victory, 3-4 tenths, like tonight. But you can tell UCLA, worked very hard to get there. I felt like they had to prove some things, and those are happy tears. I don't think those are disappointing tears. I think happy tears from what that program has gone through, like in the last 4 or 5 years. Coaching changes and injuries, and just a different type of. I'm not gonna just the y'all all know
Scandals.
scandals that have gone on there with different gymnasts and to those super seniors, those 50 years, and those regular
Hmm.
seniors. They've been through all of that, and then to get to this point this year, I'm very proud of them as well.
Good job, UCLA.
Good job, you said. So let's just go through all the teams from fourth to first, and I know
Hmm.
some of us half the staff is hurt that their teams didn't do what we wanted them to do, and Oscar is neutral because he could give a damn about the NCAA.
No, but I
So
had fun. I'm so glad I watched today with you guys.
great. Wait, Oscar, before we continue, are you on your computer?
Yeah, I am. Sorry I look
Because
so busted, but I thought I'd share my pretty face anyway.
perfect. Because after we talk about NCAA, I want to play clips from All Japan so we can watch that.
Oh,
Great.
I want to go back and watch that because now we're not in NCAA season, so I have to get into the
Finally!
elite season so I can get prepared to go to nationals in August.
Okay, got
Because
that.
we're
And
going to
I
talk
got
about
to because we have this is an Olympic home cycle for us.
correct.
So,
I will
Hmm.
say this. So far, I will say the Japanese team do look better than the American girls that they put out so far. They absolutely do, and I'm happy it's not a
How
team
many
where
how many DTYs do they have?
they don't have DTYs, but they have high start values on bars and beam, way higher than the Americans.
That's pretty usual though. I mean,
And I think they're stronger on floor than the Americans right now.
I think that they have all their veterans right now. If the USA hadn't had veterans last cycle, Japan would have been a better team.
mm. Japan would have been a better team where
Last quad.
y'all are out your mind. Mm-mm.
I'm
Without all of the
not. Without
Americans,
the veterans, like the veterans were carrying that team.
Mm-mm.
They were so lucky that they came back for a second or third quad.
Mm-mm. So
okay, but
y'all don't think Jocelyn? Well, we got to go back to college because I
yeah,
want
because
to
we don't get there because we're gonna play the All Japan. Um,
ask some questions about that.
yeah, because we're gonna play the All Japan because we're this wonderful channel who absolutely posted all the routines. They didn't post the whole competition, but they posted every single routine, so we can watch routines. So
Is it called like
Okay.
yoga and something?
And
It
also
is.
the NCAA men's championship come on in like 25 minutes. So I'm gonna have it on, but I'm gonna stay in the show because I want to watch some of the college guys too.
That would be nice to fall asleep to.
Did Shayna just beat
The
Japan?
shade.
What? Basketball? What's going on? I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Guys,
Okay.
I think you all were on the show already, but I'm so glad. The reason I was a few minutes late, I wanted to catch KJ Kindler's interview, and she just gave
Okay.
me
Girl,
all the life I needed. I love that woman so much.
I
I
live for
mean,
KJ too, but okay, that's that. We're gonna hold this conversation because a conversation I want to have before we get into the All Japan is KJ is one of the more stricter coaches in the NCAA. She's one of the ones who don't play. Like she's one of the ones.
there's just no room. There's no bullshit.
Correct. So we know we know within gymnastics there always is a pattern, right? So my
hmm
fear is with KJ in her era of victory, other coaches are going to start turning into KJ because they see that's what works. They see she don't let her
They're gonna
girls like
try. They wish they could be
correct,
KJ.
correct. But that's how the abuse starts in gymnastics, right? They see one thing that works, so then they try to mold everybody else to do that, even when the girls don't want to. So when the girls start pushing back, that's the abuse. That's when the abuse starts. So our conversation I want to have later on, just everybody think about it is as much as we all love KJ, because we love KJ Kindler around here, over here at Love's Gymnastics Podcast.
Stan.
Is it kind of the equivalent now? Like, let's catch this in the early part. Like, let's not wait 20 years down the line and everybody talk about everybody is so abusive, and we're like, oh my god, how did this happen? Let's try to catch it like in the beginning. Is her methods ab- not abusive? That's because nobody said that about her. Let me think of the right word.
Maybe
Could it
like
lead to abusive methods because people think it's the winning method? Because that's part of what I think it was wrong with the Carollis. Like people was like, well, this is what the Carollis do and they always win, so shit, I'm gonna yell at you. I'm gonna throw shit at you. Could it be
but I think
and
KJ
to
is
be
just
clear,
a
we
good
don't. We do
coach.
not know that KJ is yelling or throwing shit at her
I'm
girls.
not saying that, but I'm
I don't
saying
think KJ is.
but I am saying that strictness leads to that.
Well,
Maybe it, it
I don't know
can.
if it's
It makes it can. It can.
It festers. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're having a mammogram right now. We're trying to catch cancer. We're not saying that there is cancer. We're just having a mammogram. Trying to catch cancer.
A pap smear.
Or a pap smear. We're not saying nobody has cancer. We're just, taking a look. So we'll get to that in a second, in a little bit.
Doing
So,
what safe sport could not.
period. So, um, let's start off with the fourth place team, Missouri. Missouri, I'm
They're
very so
fourth
proud of
place.
you.
They're not
I'm going to cheer
place.
so hard for you next season. I think just with like a couple of more vaulters, a
Hold on,
couple of like,
Mac,
go
Utah
ahead.
is fourth. Utah is
Utah
fourth.
fourth.
Oh, catch that, Nisha. Yeah, we need to start with Utah.
Utah is fourth.
We are so sorry.
I'm so sorry, Missouri. I don't mean no disrespect to you. Let's start with Utah because Utah is in fourth place. Whew, I didn't see that coming. Okay,
Well, we
Utah,
have to congratulate
you
making it there.
I congratulate you all for making it there. I congratulate you all for being able to manage Avery Neff's injury. That it ended up being not too big of a deal for her. But she is a pretty young girl. I mean, she's just 18 now.
Yeah.
So
Um, Also, coaching staff, even though, Carly was an assistant, they lost the coaching staff. They lost probably one of the best gymnasts in school history, and they made it there. They, you know, it was just like um the beast of the game. You know, they just wasn't. I didn't see them of all the top teams. I didn't see them making it to nationals. I really think they got helped out with
Yes, Nisha full screen.
I'm so sorry.
they got helped out by having a home regional, if you ask me. But hey,
I think so too. I think it's rigged in Utah's favor. I think they get a lot of gifts.
But I don't agree with that because watching their gymnastics over the last couple of days, they have really good gymnastics, and it's just Utah knows how to turn it on. And it's just like what Urza said in our private chat when we was doing our Twitter spaces is I think Utah's issue is they turn it up too hard for
forget.
semifinals. So
Hmm.
then when finals happen, they just have nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's possible.
it's definitely a formula for getting there, succeeding there, you know, and still trying to make it. Um, for one to get there, and that used to always hurt LSU back in the days. They could never get there, and then once they got there, you know, semifinal they would knock it out, and then they second place, third place for years. So it's definitely a formula that you know, throughout the time, people have, you know, Greg Martin had the formula first, and then, you know, Sarah and Suzanne started winning, and then Suzanne found a formula, and
Mhm.
Val came and found hers, and now KJ is that girl. She just tied you.
Hey, don't forget Miss Rhonda.
Rhonda had a formula. Yeah,
Ronnie definitely had a formula that damn Jenny does not know how to continue on.
she had a formula, you know, and consistently, no one other than KJ right now has a formula to win consistently. Yeah, Michigan won, LSU won. You know, Utah gets there every year, but
I just know Jenny is like in Rhonda's DMs asking for advice, being left unseen.
Yeah.
so
You better not be asking Rhonda because Rhonda should be taking her job.
If
Facts.
Rhonda,
I mean, look at we gotta think about back to Utah so we can get over out of this because I'm kind of over it, but
I'm so
um,
over.
you know,
Okay,
Greg
but we're
had
supposed to be talking about Utah and positive things, not Florida and Rhonda Faye. Utah, I want to say this also about Utah. Say what y'all want to about Grace McCallum. The way Utah was able to manage that girl and for her to have a full 4 years, and I think she had an injury 1 year and still was able to compete. Like
hmm
other schools just don't do that. Like other schools, like their Olympians be burnt out in like 2 years. So I think that's a very, very, very positive thing that
Who are you
they've
talking
been able.
about? Who's burnt
she's
out in
talking
two
about
and I
Grace.
years?
She's
believe,
talking about Grace.
No, but
And,
who's burnt
and I
out
believe
after two
Grace is
years?
done with gymnastics after this meet. Is what I believe because I don't think
and
she's going for elite.
I mean, I
no,
don't.
I don't think
And
so. Either.
who am I talking about with other schools? I mean, their athletes may have not been made it to the Olympics, but they tried very hard and should have made it to the Olympics over Grace. So
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Olympians.
And she did not try to go do the both the elite and
Mm-mm.
NCAA route. So I think she really had a good time and a good experience at Utah.
hmm
Um,
I think Grace was gonna try to come back last year, but then I think she hurt her knee trying to do a 1.5 vault.
That was in 2022. No, that was
Okay.
2023. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, I think. 2 seasons ago.
yeah, 23 season.
Avery
hmm
Neff had the best vault of today, I think. It
Hmm.
was too bad that they finished their whole meet with that
Did
chaotic
you
ass
did you
vault to
see
her
the
back.
last vote from the Utah girlie?
Yes, we all saw it.
Yeah, it was real. It's like she completely missed her hands on the table and just got no height. I thank God she had the air awareness to land on her back and not on her neck.
Yeah, Zoe Johnson, that
Hmm.
was a bad ball.
I think her hand slid on the table.
Um,
Okay, number 3,
Number
Missouri.
3, Mizzou. So proud, so happy for
Oh
them.
my gosh,
So
I'm so
proud.
proud of
I
you.
remember
Kevin,
saying I love this team and I was rooting for them. I thought they had
Yeah,
the best vault
Michaela, you was
team.
really high on Missouri at the beginning of the year as well.
Hmm.
I truly was. And remember at one point, I placed Missouri over Florida, and y'all
You
both,
did.
everybody was reading me.
You did. You sure
We
did.
were.
And we did read you. I read you. I did.
You did.
Sorry for
You
that.
know,
I hope you feel
so
vindicated.
and
Sorry, Mac.
I think uh, with the head coach, I think he's pretty smart. He's gotten them to nationals 2 out of the last 3 years.
Hmm.
What's his name?
Shannon Welker. Um,
He's very good at putting lineups together because he
yeah,
put girls up that I wouldn't expect them to be better than other girls, but then when I actually see them, I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
I see him knowing what he's doing. I think he's a little further ahead than the Kentucky's coach because I always just compare
Yeah.
them in those programs. Tim
Hell, I
and
can
And
add
I
MSU
believe.
right along with that tier of
I like
schools
that
now too.
comparison.
yeah, but Tim has a it's something with Tim and he don't get his girls to nationals on a regular. This man has gotten these girls on here. He couldn't get people around Raina to make a real like shot at
Or,
being the
or
top
Molly Porter.
Missouri.
Or
I
Molly
think
Porter
it's
can
gonna
speak there.
change. I think with this NIL thing, more girls are gonna do college gymnastics. So I think more girls are gonna, especially like Missouri this year. I think more girls are gonna want to go to Missouri, but it's they don't need to get Olympians. They just need to get level tens.
Yeah, because Helen Who was never an Olympian. She had the talent to probably try out for elite or whatever, but they're losing a lot. They're losing Helen. They're losing
So they're
Jocelyn.
losing like half of their
Oh,
team. Like
they're
Mhm.
losing Amari. They're losing who
Mara
else are
Titula
they losing? Mara, their
Sochi.
best bar worker. They have some good girls to stay, but that's a reload type of
they're
situation.
losing Jocelyn. They're losing
So, how
Losing half the floor, half the vault, half the beam. Losing a lot. Half the bars.
you know,
and it's not like they really have people to replace them yet.
no,
Yet.
we don't
Maybe they
know
get
what's coming
recruit.
in, you know. Um, but kudos to them. I'm so proud of them.
Absolutely do.
I'm
And you
proud.
know
I'm
what other
proud of them.
school I will put in that group of schools now too is the University of Georgia. I think Georgia is in that same class of schools now. Like Georgia used to be way behind them. Now they're right there.
And I say that also for like Cal too.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
you
would
know,
say
like
Bama too. Like I would call them the B team schools.
yeah, because Bama over exceeded my expectations as well. But
Not me. Bama shouldn't have been there. Bama should never came out that home region. Bama should not have been there.
Mm-mm,
I'm just
mm-mm.
saying.
Bama had no reason to be a national. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, none.
No
No.
I mean,
reason to be a
but from what
national.
What Cal
I
was
didn't
gonna do?
I didn't
Nothing. So I mean, it would have been the same thing.
I didn't watch that regional, but I heard a lot of people say that it should have been Bama and Cal out that came out that regional
Well, it didn't matter
Over
I
because
say
none of
Utah?
them
Florida
made the
and Cal.
finals.
over
So
Florida. Yeah, they were saying that it should have been
Oh yeah,
Cal.
Florida was. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was scared at regionals because Florida was. Isn't that when Riley got her 10, or was that at no? That was SEC, right?
They only
No,
they only beat Bama by 110. That's why I say scoring in the regular season and these regionals, they gotta tighten up. They gotta
But the
tighten.
reason why I thought Missouri was a better team than Florida is because they just were a healthier team. Like Florida have bigger names than Missouri, but Florida was a really beat up ass team. Like
Did you guys hear that or see that it was only after an inquiry from Missouri that Utah finished fourth?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
they raised Amy's score on Beam. They gave her the
Mm,
wrong score or something.
I missed that.
A
Yeah,
wrong star value or something on Beam,
yeah,
whatever it was.
because she didn't look like she had a bad routine. And
Yeah,
when I first I saw 9.6 something, and then I saw 9.55, and I was like, and then they just
They
stopped
said
showing the routines.
she had a misconnection, and I didn't see nothing. So
yeah. I missed what I said. I was like, what? Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
by
maybe she wobbled and I missed it. I didn't know.
they had stopped showing the damn beam routines because it was like they were so far out of it.
and I would say Helen Who deserved a 10 both nights.
Mhm. Yeah, it's hard to get 5.10s though.
It is. That's why I like it. It is.
Um,
Okay. Are we done talking about Missouri?
we are.
Urza, do you want to leave the charge? I'm gonna just shut up and let you talk. Number 2, UCLA.
um, congratulations to UCLA. Thank you to all the seniors who competed for the last 5 years and made me proud as a fan. They competed very well today. Um, they could have won it if they didn't slip up on BM because OU did score low on bars, but I feel we did good, and I feel we were close, and I'm proud of this team.
Very, very, very good.
At
I
the
think I think OU lost, not OU, I'm so sorry. UCLA lost it on vault. You guys just got to get better vaulters or teach some girls other 10.0 vaults. Like Emily Lee should definitely have a 10.0 vault by now.
They only counted one non 10.0 vault, right?
See, I feel lost it on Beam because they had
Oh
like a
no,
9.6
Shay.
and 2.97s on Beam. They counted 2.97s on Beam, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
vaulting is because it was their lowest score.
yeah.
We counted 297.
Yeah.
We did a bad job on Beam
And then
tonight.
with Beam, it's because they had to use Shay on Beam instead of who do they normally use on Beam?
No, Shay's been in on Beam for a while now.
Well, it was Brooklyn. Well, they didn't use Jordan for a while, so it was Brooklyn instead of Jordan, and then they took Brooklyn out.
No,
I'm
actually, it was
so
Selena.
But
proud.
Brooklyn, I would have trusted.
It was Selena they didn't use on Beam. And that's where it got them.
I'm so proud of Jordan hitting that beam routine.
Oh
And
yes.
her bars was great too, but her
Yeah,
beam under that pressure was really great to see, and I enjoyed it so much. I was so proud of her.
Hopefully that's a preview for World Championships.
She would have won the all around if she would have competed like this night.
With Jordan, it's just I just don't understand why does she do this damn Tuck Lopez. Like just do the Lopez girl. You will always get a 10. Do the Lopez.
And then she still scored a 9.9 again tonight with that vault. So she'll be back next year. I don't see anybody coming close to her in the all around. Maybe Caitlin Chio.
Maybe Avery Neff.
I said
Mm-mm.
Avery Neff. That's what I was gonna say.
Mm-mm. I
Avery
don't
Neff
see.
is good, Shayna. She's
Yeah,
she's.
I don't.
Don't sleep on Avery Neff now, girl. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, Avery
Oh, you still got.
Avery it's been a whole Utah her back for the
What
next 4
about what
years.
about Faith
Faye
Torres?
Torres. I was gonna say Faye Torres. She's their senior next year.
If
They
Jordan,
love the
if
OU girls to win
Jordan
the
do
all
what
arounds.
she's supposed to do, she's gonna win it outright. I'm saying that now in 2025.
With what vault?
She could have did the same. She could have did the same thing, same ball she doing this year.
I'm gonna say Selena. Selena's gonna be back next year with fire. After
Oh
this,
yeah,
I'm gonna
Selena
say
is it.
Selena.
Man,
Mm-mm.
Selena. Look,
With a
Jordan
different
Child just
team.
scored a
What
do
about
not talk
Sky
about.
two
Blakely?
9.975s, a
What about Connor
9.9375.
McLean?
We have Connor, we have Sky, we have Kayla Deschello.
I gotta see all them people coming off injuries. I've never seen Connor Vault in
There
college,
you
so
go. I gotta see it first.
I gotta see it.
Wait, Connor used to do your Chinko full last year, right?
Connor
She didn't
has
vault
never
last year.
vault.
No.
Kayla DeCello is coming off from an injury. Sky is coming from an injury. We don't know what Sky is going to look like doing anything in college right
Besides
now.
bars.
But
Jordan,
on the other's hand, you could say we've seen Jordan Childs and we've seen that she's not winning.
Oh, Shay.
I
True.
mean, she had a bad first night. She didn't do well on floor.
Hmm.
I
Uh,
mean, she
I am
won.
so sorry, Oscar.
She's
Maybe
our,
repeat
hold
that.
on. She's our
Oscar,
collegiate
repeat that,
uneven
please.
bars champion. Let's not give Jordan too
yeah,
much.
that's what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm
Like,
just talking about her as an all-arounder.
Oscar,
I'm just saying, with how she did tonight, she would have beaten Jordan Bowers with a 39.71,
Who
whatever.
won the all-around from today?
Jordan
Jordan Bowers or Jordan Childs?
Childs.
Oh, great. Okay. It was well deserved. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she scored a 9.9, a 9.975, a 9.9625, and a 9.9375.
I think
Amazing.
Jordan priorities were set on getting UCLA in the finals,
Hmm.
if anything. So, as she
And
should.
just I forgot all about that, Michaela. They lost Selena, who arguably was the best
Yeah,
gymnast
I like.
I
the
said
I,
year
that.
before.
I
they
said that
did lose
during
to Lena Harris
the
very badly,
competition. They would have been really in it with Selena.
Hmm.
Mm,
and Anna Perduaru
For
doing being.
Bean. Yeah, I
yeah,
said that during the live stream. I said, "Ever had
I don't
Anna
know.
for
I don't think
Selena?"
they needed her.
but
I don't think she made the
Anna wasn't
difference.
competing last year though, right? Or the year before last? Did Anna compete last year? Or she sat
I
out a year?
I
no,
can't
I think
remember.
so.
She was
She was
injured.
injured, so I
Uh,
mean, when
oh
you
yeah, because she
look,
was trying to
yeah,
go to the Olympics.
yeah, she was trying to go to the Olympics. So, but you take her beam. Well, Shay had been. I'm not gonna do that to Shay. If anything, Shay should have been replaced on bars, but Shay scores counted most of the year, especially on beam. Shay was like nine
Shea
nine on
delivered.
Yeah, she just had a unusual wobble.
yeah.
Shea delivered
But
amazing game
they had
routines
no
the
business
entire
You
season.
being
gotta get
in the bars or the beam lineups at
you know
national
you.
championships.
I don't. I think you're just not giving
I'm
her
so
enough
sorry.
credit, Oscar. She's the Big 12 all around champion. Like
Yeah,
she just because she's not known for beam bars and beam doesn't mean she's bad at it.
No, I know. I just I say that based off of watching her routines.
I liked her on beam. I don't think she was
I
bad.
mean, did they count her bar routine? Bars wasn't.
Yeah, they counted her bars. She wasn't even the
They
lowest scoring
counted
bars.
it, but I just would expect them to have stronger routines in national championships.
one of our top athletes got injured.
And I mean, if you really look at it,
Excuses.
Macy McGowan and Caitlin Rosen, like their dismount, Caitlin's dismount is not good, and Macy had bent on elbows throughout her. So I just don't
I'm
understand.
not sure
Hey,
that UCLA was really in a position to beat OU based off of all these injuries and whatnot. The lineups.
well, based off the form, I'm proud of them.
I'm very
But
proud
we
of them.
still
They
were
did
4
They're
points
great.
going
behind them.
to,
They were more entertaining than OU for me.
of course, and given what they
Okay,
have gone
okay,
through.
I guess I'm a secret OU fan because I like OU gymnastics. I'm
I
not.
like OU fan. It's gymnastics too. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think it's as boring as people say it is. It's not like. Oh,
But I'm
I
just
mean,
comparing it to UCLA, which is
I don't
arguably
like
one of the
OU's floor.
most entertaining
I
schools
don't
in the
like their
country.
floor.
Well, I liked L's and I like Jordan's floor routine for OU. It wasn't bad. It
I
was better
really
than
liked
last
OU's
year's floors.
routine this season.
Yeah, it was much better than last year. Much
Nah,
better.
I'm gonna
they,
sit up here and say this as a Florida gymnastics fan. I like OU's floor routine is better than any Florida's floor routine.
Absolutely.
I agree, Mac. Except for Sloan's. I love Sloan's floor routine when she was in there. I love her floor routine.
I don't agree.
you didn't like Sloan's routine?
I like Sloan's routine.
Oh.
But
Well,
I
UCLA
like
was
I prefer
the same.
Florida's tumbling over OU's
Yeah,
tumbling.
the tumbling. It gotta all go together for me. That's why
Yeah, and see, this is something that NCAA needs to fix. That handspring double twist in front or that punch double twist in front, it can't be an E skill. It has to be a D skill. They need to devalue the Rudy to the Rudy can't be a D skill. The Rudy has to be a C skill. The front layout full has to be like a B skill.
I
Like
think you need to do a double salto in your floor routine.
maybe that needs to be a requirement.
I agree.
But like that handspring double twist in front, it just can't be an E in NCAA. It has to be a D.
There's always ways around though, Oscar. So I agree with you. But when they have I think they were doing it last year. I don't know if they still were doing it when you ended with a double salto, you get like an extra 10th bonus or something. So that was making like people why they have so many have come to just do the double pike, double layout, the half out, and then do a front through to double tuck or however, because that's why, because they always find loopholes with the code. So it
Yeah,
just
they
really needs a
do.
whole overall. It needs a whole overall of it because I feel like everyone should have a double salto. I
Don't
like
you
the
If
prefer a
okay,
routine that
because
has
I'm not
a
gonna say a
front
double
double
salto because
twist? Don't you
yeah, because some
prefer a
people
front
just
double
can't
twist and
do.
a double pike over a front double twist and a Rudy?
I mean,
I would
gymnastics
prefer
aesthetically pleasing it to the eye. I would rather see a double salto than a front double full.
And when you
to be
have the double salto, it's less it bothers me less to have the front double full.
Hmm.
to be honest. I would rather see if you're gonna do a two pass tumbling pass routine, it needs to be like Arabian double front as the first tumbling pass,
Hmm.
handspring double twist and full to a tuck front as the dismount, or a round off back handspring 2.5 twist punch front. It's like
Yeah. Aaliyah Finnegan, Kaylin Chio, Amari Drayton,
Jordan
Jordan
Child. I'm
Styles.
not offended by them, but when you give me, especially with Utah, like lay out front Rudy as the opening tumbling pass, lay out front full as the last tumbling pass, and then you realize the Rudy and the front full are both D skills, so it's like the same as doing the damn double tuck and double pike. You right.
You know what I want? I want like 2.5 front layout and then a full in double pike.
You ain't gonna get no full
I
in
mean,
in
that's
college.
that's a lot. You might
didn't
get it the
didn't
opposite
Nia Dennis,
way.
didn't Nia Dennis do the
Asking for a
full in
lot.
fight?
But see, I remember though, it wasn't. This isn't even 10 years ago. This was 5 years ago.
Hmm.
When doing a two tumbling pass routine was a read,
Hmm.
you would get like a 9-6. You was injured. You was
Hmm.
just trying to give this team a score to throw away. It was not something that it was that damn Maggie Nichols.
Yeah.
Maggie Nichols, that brings us to our new national champions, OU, number one.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, KJ and the girls. Jordan
Those flaws were
Bowers,
overscored.
Audrey Davis, Danielle Sievers. Good job.
It was. I had to. I didn't have a dog in this fight. I was pulling for UCLA. Oh, you had a couple scores that was. I scratched my head, but they were by far the class of the field.
By far.
And they didn't
And
even
that's
need to be overscored to win.
They didn't. Like I think one of a couple of Jordan Bowers and Danielle Seaver's floor was a little too high. They crushed beam. They stuck and or barely almost stuck quite a few vaults, and they had already, the other teams wasn't up to par. UCLA wasn't close enough to really battle them because they was kind of like mid on bars, but that's all. It was enough
I thought
because
Addison Fada was overscored on bars.
and then UCLA gave up a couple tenths on beam as well. So it's like when you get to
Mm-hmm.
that point, that's why you have to respect KJ because she gets those girls prepared. The machine is machining the KJ Corollis of the college gym worlds. She knows she's a wonderful coach. They
She
have
told ESPN, she said, I told my girls we need a 49.6 on beam to be national champions, and I put the number up on the wall, and they
mm-hmm,
got a 49.6125 or something.
mm-hmm. So it's
Speaking of
so it's
OU,
Yeah, but she did that a couple of years ago when LSU had that knockout semifinal, and
Mm-hmm.
she put stuff on the board to
Yep.
go after, and they do it, and it works.
hey Oscar, can you go to our Twitter chat? I put their OU's
And
um
they scored over.
motto in our Twitter chat. I want to put it up on the screen so everybody can see it.
What is the motto? Oh,
But that's very contradictory because at one point in one interview, she said she wants each have to get better each meet. So KJ, now you're contradicting yourself.
Well, now they haven't shown this T-shirt until it's national championships. It's a different game.
And just because
it's a
they're
little
getting
cocky for
better,
me.
that's still a
It's a
deduction.
little. It's a little ambitious for me.
If you
It
look
is.
at Elle's hand, she has because you can and FAAFO, which I think means fuck around and find out.
It does. That's what it means. But my thing is, you said that at the beginning, you was like, we want to get better each meet. Want to build each meet. So KJ, what are you talking about?
But don't you think she was talking when she said that it was the regular season?
I mean, she said it. I mean, that wasn't a record season, but still, she said it.
But my point is, she's not saying it now that it's postseason. Now it's a different strategy. It's different stakes, different expectations, different goals, different level of
And she
excellence.
in the greatness of her coaching, and she still had her eye on the prize of a national championship. I'm well aware that that woman understands we're in the SEC now. We're not
Mm-hmm.
going against the Denvers and the Iowa States of the world. So
True.
yeah, we're going against 8 other good teams, and 2 of them are at our level. So okay, we got to share the regular season title because that's what we do. And yeah, we didn't make it to we didn't win the SEC tournament, but we still have a national title to go for. And I think she never lost sight of that.
So I would say, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
her mind frame changed once they got to like regionals because Jay still on this damn. We got 198 crap. I bet our number was good enough, and KJ is like, no, it's number is not good enough anymore.
Hmm.
So it makes sense. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say it's all about coaching. You saw that woman put a sign up. We needed 49-6 our first rotation to have a chance to win. And that's exactly what they did. And instead, it has your girls thinking, we need to go to this. If we do this, we're going to put ourselves in a good spot. Instead of saying, if we just do our normal, we'll be in a good spot. No, bitch, we are in the
Hmm.
national championship. We got to fucking go for it.
We gotta elevate
Like it's
ourselves.
it's all of the mindset and the coaching. And that's why this woman has 7 titles, and she'll probably have the most before she ends up retiring.
How many does she need? How many more?
Technically, she needs what? To tie Suzanne, she needs 3 more. Yeah, Suzanne had 10.
With the class they have coming in, yeah, they'll be tough to beat next year. They have a really good class coming in.
And
Yes.
she always group, so you can say, they lose Audrey, they lose a lot of leadership, but she's the main leader. So it never matters who they lose because they always are going to be at the top because of her and that staff.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Agreed.
culture, it's the tradition, all of that, and this sports. So she's not going to win them all, but
Mhm.
hell, the last 10 years she's won 7 of them. Well, this is the 11th year because she won her first one in 14. So yeah, Jenny got to get it together. Jay Clark got to get it together
That's true.
because they getting the talent. Y'all getting these $450,000 uh salaries
Exactly.
to not have the results or to be kind of wishy-washy. I think Jay has earned his because he has won that national title. He has a couple SEC titles and regular season titles. But Jenny, come on, mama. You
Michaela,
get
Jenny,
you
Michaela,
getting all the Olympians. You getting the national team members.
Michaela. Any thoughts on Jenny? Michaela, like send Jenny to
I
Clemson.
think I would not be very surprised if they very shortly we get an announcement that the University of Florida and Jenny Rowland has decided to part ways.
Well, especially depends on her contract too. If she on contract until a certain time.
I saw on Red they were saying Jeremy Miranda and Owen need to go to Clemson. What do y'all think about them two going to Clemson? Jeremy and Owen.
I mean, if Florida won't give it to them, I would.
Because I don't think the Griffins want that position of head coaching. I think they're fine underneath Jay and raising those 4 girls. I heard something about Haley Bryant might be in talks with Clemson.
That was no, that was a rumor. That's not true at
It's
all.
not true.
No.
Just to even be like an assistant or a volunteer or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't see her being even an assistant. Haley wants to take a year off. She said that before. She wants to like rest her
I was
mind and
hearing
body. So
um, who else I was hearing? Lacey Dagan.
I love Lacey. She's the UCLA Beam. She'll be a good fit.
She transformed their beam because that had
Yeah.
been kind of
Mm-hmm.
iffy. Who's some other head coaches that are possibly?
I would love
Who
that
is
for
our
Jordan.
turn this on?
I would
Paul
I would
Judah.
love that for Jordan. Jordan Weaver and her staff. I would love that for them.
Love
Why would
what?
they leave Arkansas to be at Clemson?
Because we don't have any money here. We don't have the facilities.
Oh,
Barnhill used to be filled to capacity though. I don't
That's
believe
Brian Hill.
that.
That stadium. I mean, they do Bud Walton now, but it just Arkansas just not it's not the place to be. There. We should make nationals every other year or so. Yeah, but it's Arkansas is not the place to be. Trust me. I
clock
don't
that.
know how much like money they're gonna give her from this revenue sharing.
Why is Paul Judah crying?
What you looking at?
The
What you looking at?
men, and they're in Michigan.
Because he
What
knows
channel?
Charlie Larson is about to beat him.
What channel you watching,
It's
Shayna?
on ESPN too.
Maybe the men's NCAA championship is on now.
It is.
Or is
It's
it?
on ESPN too. As soon as I turned it on here, I see Paul Judah
Is
crying.
he hurt?
No, just happy.
Oh, happy.
Did they
Okay.
win?
No, it's the first rotation. It just started.
Oh,
Why do I feel like
Well,
Simone and KJ would really get along?
Oh, they would definitely.
I feel like they could drink so much together.
And
well,
I
that's it for me today, y'all. I'll see y'all
Urza, well,
tomorrow.
congratulations to your team, Urza. Um,
Thank you. I'll
they
see
did
Have
y'all
a
at
really
good
nationals
good.
at
day.
finals.
Good job.
Thank you.
They did
Mwah.
really good, and you enjoy your holiday if y'all celebrate it. Um,
Oh yes.
That's right. Happy 420.
Easter.
I
Not
wasn't
that with
talking to
Oscar.
Oscar. I was not talking about
Oscar.
that one. Oh, but that too, because it's going to be up and it's up.
Ezra is a child. He celebrates Easter. Okay.
Uh,
Can we move on from NCAA gymnastics at this point?
hmm
Yes, please.
Is
Okay.
that KJ dancing for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently or
It was like a week ago. But I'm sure, imagine how she's celebrating right now.
hmm
So, Oscar,
Yeah.
while you're sharing this beautiful screen, can you go to that wonderful YouTube channel, the link that I sent you in on Twitter, and let's watch some routines from All Japan. And let's catch up on that because that came on at 3 o'clock in the morning. And the gag is we were all up talking to each other, me not realizing that it was on. I didn't realize it was on till it literally went off.
because that's Japan time.
It was
Yeah.
so early. I thought it was going to be like 6 a.m. It was like 2 a.m.
It
So
was like 2 a.m.
for
The
every
men started at 6 a.m.
part.
Get this. Ben said this. He said, your
Oh,
thread is
God.
not 100% true, and you are spreading misinformation regarding Florida and LSU. Every team experiences overscoring. You did not once mention how injuries played a factor. Sloan is a guaranteed 995 on both beam and floor. Haley Bryant is one that needs repetitions, which she hasn't fully gotten due to her ACL injury. She has also been having back pain, which has not gotten out to the public. LSU also didn't have KJ on floor, which is almost a guaranteed 9.95 score. You also admitted that Leanne had her worst meet ever as a Gator, and yet they lost by only 1/10. So it's not the overscoring that is the problem. It's the routines that were not available for both teams and injuries that played the biggest part. Trust me, I've overanalyzed everything about LSU the last day. Plus, it wasn't the overscoring at all, in my opinion. It just wasn't their day, and shit happens.
Who said that, Nisha?
I said that.
Care to respond? Rebuttal?
Mac already
Wait, I don't
responded.
understand what.
She said what she said.
I'm thinking Oscar thinking Ben said that, but
I
He's
was
Nisha.
trying to be
being
funny. He's
messy.
trying to be
Oh,
funny.
I was trying,
I read
Nisha.
Max. I read Max. And I was like, hold up. No, that's not true. That's not
Oh,
overscoring. No,
I
that's my.
mean, people can feel how they want to feel, but at the
Yeah,
end of the
we
day,
just beg to differ. That's all.
at the end of the day, with all of those injuries and stuff, Florida and LSU still was scoring 198 and some change, doing basically the same shit they did yesterday and the day before. So, I mean,
No, I think Sloan injury really took Florida out, honestly, because they couldn't afford any more mistakes, like from anybody.
Salone, Florida started getting 198s after Salone got hurt.
No,
but that's at the end of the day, though. The scoring is that's not a reflection of the girls and with the gymnastics that they're
No,
doing.
and see, and that's
That,
where I think
true.
people are
that
taking
True.
what I said to heart because they're acting like I'm reading the girls. No, what I'm saying
No,
is, at the end of the day, with the SEC in general, and Oscar, you might as well put what I put on the screen since we're talking about it. Because wait, I could do that. Hold on, I could do that. I could do that. Hold on.
no, I just feel Leanne had the worst meet of her life, and
She
LSU did
did.
not bring it. That's what I feel. That's why I drew. Okay, we didn't
She
have a good
did.
meet, and then Leanne
But
bombed. That's why I said pretty
and
much.
but
they were
Leanne doing very similar vaults that she did. When was that? I want to keep saying yesterday. Thursday nights have scored 9 9s, 9 9 5s, doing the exact same shit. I mean, a thing is a thing, and the thing is, my point is, I'm not talking about the individual gymnasts. I'm talking about the judging, and the judging in the SEC is too high. We see all of these SEC teams made it through regionals, right? And then when they got the regionals, baby, they all got a rude awakening because nobody except but OU and Missouri were scoring as high as they were in the regular season. And not only was Missouri scoring as high as they normally were, but higher. Like now they were on par with the regular teams. And we have to acknowledge that there is a Leo bias, there is an Olympian bias, and OU, LSU, and UCLA, all three team benefits for those three things the best.
I
And
agree. But
and
but think about
Florida,
but
Utah
no,
too.
so LSU scored what, a 197, what they scored 197.3 or whatever they scored. What they scored in the semifinals?
197.525, I
But
think.
they stuck no dismount. So you get back 4 tenths to 3 tenths in dismounts, like been right there.
Correct. But like I'm saying, but LSU doing basically the same things have scored 197.75, 197.85,
No, because we never
doing
had any.
basically
We stuck less dismounts. This is our worst. This is our worst. We never stuck any dismounts. How many did we stick total on vault bars and beams?
I don't
Like
think
not
we
many.
stuck the one bar dismount.
One bar and one vault.
No
That was
fault.
Caitlin. Yeah, we didn't stick anything. The whole meet. That's what I'm saying. Those
It's,
tents there would have went back, so it
it's
wasn't really the
not,
scoring for LSU.
yeah, they really did not stick nothing really.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, that was my point. We didn't stick
Florida,
anything.
Florida the same way. Other than Danny,
Yeah,
she was the only person stuck their vault. They
I
didn't.
don't know LSU gymnastics like that because I'm not a fan of theirs like that. But I know Florida's gymnastics, and I know Florida damn sure had a meet very similar to this and scored a 198.
You,
okay. So I
you
don't know how
gotta,
many Florida
gotta
stuck. I don't.
about it, Michaela. Florida scored a 49.0 something on vault. Add 5 tenths to that score, that they would have scored a 197.7 just on vault itself. And they did not have stuck vault beam or bar dismounts.
Nope.
So
Y'all remember it was this one meet?
I do agree about the scoring. It's not realistic. It's
Mm-hmm.
not.
Correct. Correct.
But
That's all
given
I'm trying to say. Like everybody keeps wanting, and I'm not going to argue with my point. It's just in the regular season with two judges, it just can never be fair
it's
because
not realistic.
I
It's
you
not
agree. I
need
realistic.
at
agree.
least six
But
people to get, and again, you're still going to get overscoring. You're still going to get scores that's not fair.
mhm.
But in general, we can't say this didn't feel a lot fairer than the regular season.
Oh, it did. I'm just saying, like, but also the thing is, you ignore the fact that they like didn't stick anything. You're ignoring that fact that they did them
Yeah,
two
I
teams
don't
didn't stick
think it equates.
anything.
I don't think
Yeah, it's not
they're
the
not
same thing.
advancing. It doesn't equate to the
The
overscoring.
scoring. Yeah,
Overscoring is a
that's what I was trying to
problem,
say.
but
Yes, that's what I was
LSU and
saying.
Florida did not compete to their potential. And if you
Yeah,
gain back what they were supposed, if you gain back 5, 7, 8 tenths, they pretty much been scoring 198s
But
yeah.
see,
pretty
y'all missing
much.
see when everybody hear this, y'all overlooking my main point of
No,
that's
Michaela,
not how they rank the regular season. They rank the regular season by these girls' NQS, and their NQS is determined by two judges every meet.
Hmm.
And
hmm
Florida was ranked higher than Missouri because Florida kept getting stupid high scores, and they counted like three 198s when they shouldn't have scored not one 198 this whole season. Missouri had not Missouri. I'm so sorry. LSU had a better season than Florida by no doubt, no doubt. But Missouri, not Missouri. Why do I keep saying Missouri? LSU have had some meets that was slightly overscored. I'm not saying that it
I
should have.
agree. I
Hell,
agree.
hell, maybe it should have affected them because maybe you should have been the number one ranked team, so LSU could have had the easier bracket.
Hmm.
Like just these slight things that these judges, and it's just based on two judges, friends, just throwing out random scores. Like, and at the beginning of the season, they were a lot tighter with the scores. But about the fourth meet in, everybody was scoring tens again, and it was like, no,
Yeah.
you can't have them ranked on the NQS when the NQS are determined by the fucking scores they get. When we all can see the scores that they're getting is wrong. So then you can never see who's truly the best team when it comes towards the end of the season because the scores are wrong.
That's why I said it to count at least 10 scores. Count 10 scores. Quit throwing out so many damn meat scores. Count like 10 or 11 or 12, and instead of
Do
just
the
counting six.
NQS just do it with 6 judges starting from meet one? That's how I'm saying. That's
I
all I'm
think
saying.
I think they need to do it like how they do like red shirt. After if you hurt in the first three meets, you can red shirt. I think they need to throw out the first three meets, and then after that, everything should count.
Well, yeah, that's the way to do it
But then
too.
they also say that pretty much it evens out once you get to the level of more judges, and they're not going to pay to have more than two judges at a meet. You got to think about
They're
all the
not.
schools,
Yep.
They
all
need
the
to.
competitions. They're
They
not going
if
to
they want to
pay
fix
because
it,
too
if
many.
they want to fix it and make it more fair, they need to. Like,
It's
I'm
too many.
sorry,
It's too many teams. They're not going to pay that much money when you have meets going on across the country.
Oscar, would you be a judge for these meets? Oscar,
What do
are
you
you still?
mean? What do you mean?
If they were like, you know what, we need more judges for the NCAA. Take a 4 week class in judging, and then earn a certificate, and then you could be a judge if it was an opportunity.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what point you're trying to prove by my answer, but I would absolutely do it.
The
What you say,
point that I'm
Oscar?
trying to prove
How
is
the
people would
offer?
take these judges opportunities if they just offered them. Like, they can't keep saying that. First of all, you don't need to pay the elite judges to judge the NCAA. Hire NCAA judges. Like, and that's another thing with NCAA gymnastics. Create a whole NCAA gymnastics system. Like, you do it with every
That's
you
the
have a
issue.
correct. You have a college
Hmm.
football system with their own, I don't want to say head coach,
Because it's
CEO or
revenue.
whatever that
About the revenue. Gymnastics is non-revenue. We talked about this.
Yeah, it's not a revenue producing sport.
Can't compare it to a football. You
Hmm.
they
know,
produce enough revenue now where I think they could hire some of this stuff out.
No, they don't because of travel. Like Arkansas is like in a negative for gymnastics because they travel to like six meets and stuff and all the stuff, and they're negative every year in gymnastics.
they don't make money.
Yep.
Hell, well then put Arkansas in the damn Big Ten instead of being in the SEC so they won't have to damn travel so damn far.
Well, we got they got to Missouri and like Oklahoma and
Yeah, it's gonna be
Florida
based
and
off.
Bama. Yeah.
Based off of the big. It's going to be based off of football. That's the
Hmm.
king. It's going to always be
Yep.
based on. That's why they have in the shake up in
The
conferences.
realignment.
It's not gymnastics is not going to can't sustain it just by that. I feel like if they could, they would have been done it.
Hmm.
Well, something has to be done because it can't because it's just now stupid.
And then
It's
when you look at about that, Michaela, about NCAA need to get their own judges. Where are those people going to come from? Like
the schools.
what school though? Like who? If it's not brevet judges or people that have been in the sport long, yes, we are fans of the sport. We may know what a this is or what that is, but do any of us? I'm talking about me, you, Nisha, Oscar. Do we have any formal gymnastics training or
Well,
coaching or
I initially
anything?
No.
said send us to a class, right? That's the initial thing I said.
So you
But
got to get
Michaela,
the
like,
education first
you gotta
to
learn the
be
color
able to do
points.
that.
I don't know this
And
damn
you
color
got to
points.
know the codes
Yeah, I don't know the
and
code.
stuff.
1, 3, 4,
Well, I
5,
So
mean, why
5.
can't they? Why isn't that a part of? I mean, in football, they teach us the men the rules to football. Why is it beyond expectations for the gymnasts to know the role of gymnastics? So that could be a career opportunity for them when they graduate from school. They could be a professional judge.
But then, Mac, you're only doing like a half a season, 4 months out the year. So, do you want to? What money is they gonna be paid 4 months out? You still gotta live what 8 more months? Enough salary to, you know. And this is a
People do
part.
it with
All these are
taxes.
part time job. They're part time
People
jobs
do
being
it with
judges.
taxes.
yeah, because you're only judging from January to if
Yeah.
you get picked to be able, basically the second week of March, and then it's really just regionals and nationals, and
Yeah,
not
every other week
everybody's
after
going to
that.
be picked for that. If you
Hmm.
in a pool, that's why it was like they were kidding. The judges were wanted to give the high scores because then the coaches would pick them, or they would be assigned to the regionals and the nationals and the
Yep.
championship meets. So
So what we're
it's
saying at the end of the
it's a
day,
fucked up system for sure, but it's the only system we have, and until something changes drastically about it, I don't see it changing. People have been complaining about scoring
I
since
don't think the
four
judges know the
four.
code. I don't think the judges know deductions in the code. They can't know the
I
deductions.
don't
They
They don't
think.
take
don't
them.
they
But
don't
this is the
take
gag,
deductions.
Nisha. Nisha, this is the gag. There is no NCAA code for them to know. It's all
Oh,
based on
true, true.
feels and emotions. If I feel like taking this deduction, I'll take it. If it's
Yeah.
obvious, maybe.
I agree. You're right.
Is a half a step supposed to be a point five deduction? Well, then it gets to the point like you looking at, what is a half a step? Like, how can you measure that in real time?
True. You're right about that.
And then like in elite, it's a 1/10, 3/10, or 5/10 deduction. You can't do that in college.
So it's
I mean,
subjective. They always holler subjective. So
Hmm.
it's like it'll never be perfect. And then you don't have a replay system.
that's also
So
That's true.
very bad for a 10.0 system. You need a replay system for
They started
10.0.
adding it. They started adding it to sports after all this time because they've understand human error is a real thing. So they have it in baseball, and they've always had it in football. You could use it at certain times. Now I see them using it in baseball and basketball and
Yep.
uh, what's the other sport? Tennis. They go back and watch
Mhm.
reviews in tennis now in real time. So you know,
And it's like figure skating is the perfect analogy to gymnastics because in figure skating, they're literally watching the people on the screen, they're watching the replay, and they're watching them at the same time. I don't understand why they can't do that in gymnastics.
But I remember one
You can-
podcast years ago. I think it was Jim Cassidy or either somebody. I remember, and they were saying that they didn't want to replay because it slow up the meter or something, and it was only allowed for like a certain amount of TV time. And they didn't want to go over to like burn a bridge of the TV time people or something.
Mhm.
Remember somebody said, I think it was Jim Cassidy when I used to listen
It was
years
some
ago.
caskets. Hmm.
Okay.
and too, like we were talking the other day, Michaela. Also, they got to cater to children. Children are not going to
Yeah.
go to stay at no 3 hour, 4 hour gymnastics meet.
And children
Children,
don't really care about the scores. That's us. That's no shade. That they don't care about the scores. That's
if
us.
we have to have the kids, Michaela, because if we don't have the kids don't ever grow up to become the gymnasts that we love watching. So
That's not true.
you have to cater to the kids, Michaela. I'm not with you on that,
I
sister.
mean, a little
You
bit, but
have
not.
to cater to
Okay,
children
I would
in
say a
sports.
little bit, but not to the level that they do it now.
Well, because people, we didn't grow up going to gymnastics meets. I made my family go to it because I love the sport. But till this day, my brothers and sisters won't go to meets now. That's why I don't go to any of them because it was not their thing. You have to like it. It has to be a passion for you. They will go watch the day. Now, none of us are football people, but we will go to a Super Bowl party. Or if somebody is having something at their house, we're going to go to it because it's like it's a culture thing. The gymnastics way is not culture too. Like, fit fit adults or people that actually put money into it, except the people that are directly involved. So that's the part of the problem. You got to think about it as well. You know, you look at gymnastics, it's a white sport. So
Hmm.
you got a whole bunch of other races and demographics that really aren't even involved in it here in the Americans. Now it might be, you go to Russia, you go to Brazil, I don't see many in the African countries. They have meats like that, but it's not popular. So it's you right, Michaela. But I just feel like if we don't, you know, it has to start from within. So it has to start from these coaches, these people that are putting their hard-earned sweat, tears, and work to try to have a new system because they did away with the system, of what they were doing because they was getting so much flack about it. Where was the flack coming from? The fans, the coaches at the schools, and then you got
Uh,
to think about it. A lot of these schools, it's all about the money. So if you're not bringing in the revenue, these athletic directors are not
I,
going to like.
I think about Talladega Gymnastics, how much money that school brought in, and the school said, "Oh, we have all this extra money. Yeah, we're gonna cut this gymnastics program and spend this money on football."
Oh wow, that's crazy.
That was a great vault.
Okay, so we could talk about NCAA gymnastics all day, and I'm sure we're gonna go touch this corner again. But that shit's done.
It's done
It,
with. It's over
it's
with.
done.
Hmm.
And we can move on to the elite because I think this elite season might be really good because even though it's an individual worlds at the end of the year, I think more people than we give credit for is gonna try for it, and it might be kind of spicy going into the world championship. So tonight,
I have a question for y'all. Well,
go ahead, baby.
you since I don't hear Oscar. So the year after the Worlds for 22, was that an individual Worlds or was it a regular one with all of the events?
They did a worlds the same year as the Olympics that year, so they did a worlds in 21, and that
Hmm.
was an individual worlds where
So
Nico.
okay, so I say that to say for
And
the
Leanne and
American,
what's her
Uh,
name? Kayla.
who
Yeah,
at that Worlds that made it to the next Olympic cycle?
Leanne.
As a,
Rebecca Andrade.
okay. What about
Uh,
that? Like a Japanese girl that won the beam gold?
yeah, I don't think she made it to the Olympics. Oscar.
Any of those Chinese bars girls?
I can't remember. Oh God.
Um,
I watched
the
that world.
beam champion, she they just didn't take her in 24 because she didn't have strong other events. The bars world champion, she faded out. She repeated in 2022, but then she didn't make the 24 team. Um, who won the floor? Oh, Mai Murakami. She retired after that.
Tired, yeah.
So I just say all that to say, like, it'd be like if there's no team event, feel like the all around and other stuff just kind of be like, not as important when it's not a full worlds.
Well, in the league, I would say the all around is more important than the team event. Really,
Hmm.
I mean, it's not, but it is for
Yeah,
the
because
fan.
then college is opposite. Yeah, college is opposite. They're about the team, but then elite is about the individual. So I agree.
Yeah,
So
but I always have thought that in elite, but when you
huh.
look at it, how the teams are made up, you have to think about the team more than the individual. You know, it's just we have been blessed to have Suni Lee's and Simone Biles for the last 8 years.
That's true. Asher home, you guys. Asher home.
Watching, they doing good. This is some really good gymnastics in the NCAA for men. Half the
It just
the
it
Olympian.
just it just depends on where your team is at. Like if your team is expected to medal, then yes, the country is going to spend a lot more energy into your team. But if your team somewhere like mid, yeah, they sacrifice the team all the time for the individuals, like the men for the Americans. They used to always do that shit. They used to send
True.
great individuals and could give a fuck about the team medal.
That's
Because
true.
it was to me when we just going back. I know we're not talking about current elite, but when we go back to the elite and I look at that 2021 Olympics, I never would have thought the Americans would not have won, even when Simone went out. So I mean,
I
like they
think that was more so not the talent, it's just the way they picked the team. They kind of handicapped it themselves. Like if they would have just put Jade Carey on the main team, they would have won. But
why
because they
Asher looks so angry.
Asher is short. He's tight, but he's so short. Oh my god.
put they didn't have nobody else to do another vault, another hard vault. Like Jordan wasn't doing her armor, she was just doing her DTY. Grace was doing some bullshit as DTY. Like they handicapped it themselves. They handicapped it themselves a whole lot. A
I really,
whole lot.
if it wasn't for Sony like winning the all around, we wouldn't have had not a gold on the at that Olympics, right?
Jade
Jade
And
and
Jay won
Floor.
Carey.
floor.
J1 floor,
Uh-huh.
and that's really because Simone wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
True.
100%.
True, true, true.
So I always just figure that just from now, just from when I'm looking at it, it's always about the team. Even though you don't do team stuff when it comes to elite, I always feel like it's always about who's gonna make the best team. And that's why Olympic trials be so goddamn like it feel like jail for that meet because it'd be like this is the last chance to this. We've seen some girls make it and some girls just fall apart
No.
trying to make that team. You know? Look at all the shows we've done about the Kim Kellys of the world and who should have, would have, could have made the team. We never looked at it as okay, they should have made the team just to be the all around gold medalist. No, it was always about making the team to be the team champion at the Olympics.
Well, when has the U.S. left home a potential all-around gold medalist?
Vanessa Atler.
Vanessa Adler.
She was an all-around gold medalist.
Well, not all around gold medalist, but that
I would say yeah. On her best day, yeah.
on her best day, yeah, Vanessa was actually good on bars. She just could never she never had bad form. It's just her head wasn't in the right space to do what she needed to do. And we can go in that's a whole nother show, but I
Tasha
just
Schweikert in 2004.
I just feel like teams are picked because of this, that's just like Gabby Douglas. So many people say she shouldn't have made the 2016 team and she was Marta's favorite. And well, who was going to take her spot? Please tell me.
Right.
The people say all
We
kind of
know.
names, but
Ashton Locklear? Then you
that's
got
what people
Ashton.
say.
Then you got Ashton and Madison on the same team. Like they weren't looking at who's going to give. Yeah, they're going to look at okay, we can possibly get more individual medals, but they're going to get who's going to get that gold for that team. And if you
Right.
got
And I
we've
think
been
Marta's priority was the team.
yeah, and when you look
Oh,
at
of
it,
course. Of
we've
course.
been we've been so we've been basically we've had Simone all these years, and
Yeah.
then people want to.
And it's gonna be a rude awakening for the Americans when she's just really not there anymore.
Oh, and
Because
then
I know
Well, they
she
saw it in
Especially with, but
2021.
they're
They
not
saw
going to
it in
have any
2021.
veterans. I think it would be even ruder if they don't have any veterans.
yeah, like if all of the NCAA girls decided not to try this year or this whole quad, like if Sky
2022 would have been really different for the Americans if they didn't have Shilese and Leanne.
oh Shilese was a veteran at that point, in your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't look at Charlize as a veteran at that point. I mean, I know she's been around for a long time, but to me, that was her breakout year. So she was a newcomer to me, in my opinion. In my opinion,
But what's the equivalent? Like, who has been around for that many years? Who hasn't
Jordan
made a
Child.
major. who hasn't made a major competition.
Fred Richard just rubbed me the wrong way with that dumbass shit with these leotards. I just can't root for him no more. I'm
Is he
I
still
like
wearing
sorry.
Fred.
it right now?
I like Fred.
No, he's wearing. I'm sure he's wearing the regular Michigan Leo.
He's wearing
Regular
a Mexican
Mexican
leotard. Yeah.
He would never risk Michigan losing the national championship for his shenanigans. I don't
Yeah.
think.
No, he's not. He's not.
I just can't, but
But
I
I
also
think
feel like it's some slick side homophobia too. So I just can't never get jiggy with him no more.
No, no, I feel it's that revolution that the Super Bowl that got into his head, all them songs and stuff, and they not like us and all that crap, and he just got went to his head because he kept quoting Kendrick Lamar the whole time. I'm like, dude, stop it.
Mm-mm.
I think he just.
So
I think he's just doing.
Oscar, did you pull up what Michaela asked?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
this is it.
it's been on the screen. He's been waiting literally for 20 minutes while we've been
I
rambling
want
on.
I want to see it.
Okay, Oscar, do you want to play everything, or do you want to play like the top 5 or the top 10 girls, or because I sent you a list on Twitter of the rankings, so you could.
Um, oof, good question. I feel like we definitely don't have. I mean, it's like a good amount of videos. Do we have the stamina to watch all of them? It's definitely
Ah,
not every routine. It's just like I think that they have like they've done their own
the top.
curation here.
Yes, yes. They did the best that they can, so we're gonna watch the best that we can.
I'm down for that because I want to watch them anyway. So why not watch them together?
Yes. Let's do the top. I think my homegirl was number 7, so let's do the top 7.
So not every video because they don't have every routine. There were a lot of girls competing.
Yeah.
Um, I wish I had the results, like the full
I sent you the
results.
results on Twitter, baby.
But those just have like all around totals, like because there's definitely gonna be like I don't think they have the 14.5 beam here, do they? Like the 14.5 beam, I don't think she was in the top 7.
Yeah, I think she was. I think was she?
Oh, but you did send me detailed results just now. Okay,
Yes.
you just sent them. I didn't see them. Um, great. Hmm. Okay, should we just start with? I don't know. I'm having difficulty. But
I
look,
want to
they
start.
oh,
Okay.
I've never seen this channel before. You want to start with the 7th best?
Yes, the girl
Okay.
who couldn't
Shoko
go to the
Miyata.
Olympics for smoking a cigarette. My homegirl.
Shoko Miyata. So she didn't. Also, I saw that they made the teams. Did you see that also? That they announced all those teams?
Yes, I saw. I saw
Can you look
something.
for that?
Sure.
I wish I had saved that, but I didn't.
Uh, no, the girl who had the 14.5 beam was not in the damn top 10. You're absolutely right.
Also, she didn't make it any of the teams.
She truly did not.
Um, but what I
Okay.
do remember is that
Wait, what am I looking for?
just where they announced the teams. I think they announced
Oh,
the teams for Senior Asian Championships, maybe Junior Worlds, and um and then there's going to be an NHK trophy competition later in the year be which will determine who gets sent to the university games and the world championships, I believe. Sorry, it's a bit discombobulated.
no, you're fine.
I feel like we should watch every routine because it's just not that many. And we won't watch the whole replay, you know?
Okay.
We're just gonna watch the routine. It's gonna be a little chaotic, but we're gonna get through it. This is Saki Kawakami. A nice 1.5. Yurchenko. Let's see if she was in the results. She was 4th in the all-arounds, and she scored a 53.032. That's like just as good as, you know, Simone Rose, Ashley Sullivan. Okay. I don't think she did a second ball.
That wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad.
A lot more power than I'm used to seeing from.
So I guess we're gonna watch all of her routines. This is her
Asian.
bar routine. She got a 13.6 for that vault. Nice handstand.
Loney Pack. I'm so sorry, Nisha.
What you do? Huh? I'm here.
Oh, okay. My computer's saying that you was trying to join. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm here.
Double layout.
Nice.
I just went to these
Lovely.
comments and somebody put winners wear white question mark.
UCLA wore white.
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
winners wear white question mark. I'm just like, oh gosh.
I don't think anyone else would win with a white
まず
Leo.
は川上。
ザの2回ターン D 難度。
この後のアクロバットは予選でラインオーバーがあったアクロバット。
後方の回飛びの2回宙返り。
しっかり飛べてきました。
はい、高さも着地の高さも素晴らしいですね。
この後は技と技を組み合わせて加点を取っていきたい川上。
後方の1回半ひねりから前方の1回ひねり C プラス C で 0.1 の加点になります。
少し軸がずれましたがしっかりと着地を決めています。
後方の2回ひねり C 難度です。はい、とても美しい実施でした。
高さがあります。
大ジャンプの輪。
Beautiful rain lead.
最後のアクロバット4種目目
後方の2回半ひねり G 難度です。
やりきりました。
Lovely.
I need her to get a little more difficult tumbling now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jayla
The
Haynes
double
just doing the
twist.
2.5 twist front layout, double tuck and double pike. I mean, that's on par with what the girls are doing right now.
Really? That is not
She
nothing.
had a double
compared
twist
to
in
back
there.
in the day.
So she had one extra more difficult tumbling pass than Jayla did.
Yeah, but Jayla counts probably a C. The double twist is a C?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure Jayla just has a C dance move. Just so everyone knows, I've never heard of this gymnast before right now. But I think it's important that we learn who is on the scene.
Okay, that was nice.
We may see her. When is Worlds in October?
Sometime in the fall. Probably October, yeah.
They're usually around October. See, I remember certain stuff. I always remember nationals was July-ish, August.
So they having classics this year. They number like in what, June, May, June.
I would assume so.
Mhm.
We can look at the schedule if you want.
I wonder who's gonna be there besides. Is anybody gonna go?
Maybe
It's like
Connor.
Connor
I'm
got
pretty
her.
sure Connor.
I think
I'm,
Connor's all in.
I'm pretty sure Connor and Leanne are trying.
Well, I
I'm
know
pretty.
Jocelyn's gonna try. Jocelyn said in the interview she wants to try for World.
And I would not be shocked with Jade either.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jade announced that she's retiring after.
Jay been going since 2017, literally.
This is Mana Okamura. She scored on bars. She scores a 12.733. I believe she won the balance beam. No, I don't know. She went to the university games in 2023, 2024. Nice in bar.
I just let my dog out, y'all. I'm going out tonight. So.
All right.
Ooh. A nice pack into a stalder. Toe full into just a solo toe full. Beautiful double tap.
Wow.
I'm gonna mute myself and get this food together, and then I'm gonna be right back.
So Mana Okamura, she did end up in the top 6, and it's based off of 2 days of competition that added all around scores. So her second day, she scored much better, almost 2 points better, a 53.432, and that
It's
brought her up
kind of
just
like
6.
for people who may be confused. It's kind of how like the Americans do their national championships. They do night one, which is prelims, and night two, which is finals, and they add all the scores up.
So this is the best scoring beam routine of the competition, I think. The same gymnast we just watched on bars, Mana Okamura, layout, step out, mount.
Is this the 14.5?
This is the 14.5, and she also scored 14 plus day 1. So she just did a strug.
She just did a shrug. Oh my goodness!
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't look terrible either.
It was a little short, but not that much.
But most of the strugs we see on beam are like horrendous, I feel like. Nowadays, at least. Aerial, layout, step out, switch ring.
Beautiful.
The strug is an E scale on bounce beam.
It would want to be.
It should be harder than that.
That's a hard ass jump on that beam. Shit,
It should be a G. It should be a G.
You can split your damn face open on it. If you miss a slit in it.
I mean, yeah, basically everyone who does it, it's like pretty much a blind landing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Very fluid into her side somersault, not much preparation.
The Japanese really have a very good way of doing these wolf turns that don't make them look so bad like the Americans do.
2.5, yeah.
The sky's the dismount. Just a little under-rotated.
Yeah, that was good. Where's my girl from the Olympics that I liked?
Which one do you like? Kishirina?
Her, yes.
She won the competition, so I think we're going to look at her last. Save the best for last.
That mama coming. She's coming.
I would love to be able to provide D scores, but 14.5. Her D score was a 6.1, the one we just saw, and she got an 8.4 execution. I don't think that's like terribly overscored. She didn't really wobble.
I don't think that was overscored at all compared to the
Jessela.
We saw a Chinese gymnast get a 15 on beam, right?
When did we see that? I don't think so.
What did Zhao get on beam earlier this season?
I think she was getting like a 14-8 at World Cups.
Okay. And then we saw Manila get a 14-1. I
But
think
mind
that,
you, Joe
I mean,
Yatsen, she had a 6-7 D score, I think. 6-8 maybe. So 6 or 7 tenths higher than that.
so I think, and we saw Manila get a 14-7, right? I
With
think
an
that
8.8 E score.
I think that routine was right on par with those.
This routine was 2 tenths harder than Manila's. I think Manila got a 5-9 in event finals. Okay, now we'll watch. There is a routine by a gymnast I've never heard of, and they only provide one routine of hers. So I guess maybe she's a specialist or she just scored really well on one routine. It's in Japanese, so I don't even know what event it is. It's
Or
vault.
maybe this is the only routine they could find of this person.
We do not know, but she has a kanti bang. She
And a
did
beautiful
a
meal.
Sukahara full or double? Full, right?
I couldn't tell your theme was glitching. Can we rewatch it?
Yeah, let's watch. You want to watch it in real time or they're going to show the replay?
Okay, let's see the replay when it comes up. I think it was a double because I remember it was one Japanese girl who did a double Sukahara.
She
Was it
landed it
her?
really upright. No, it was just a full.
No, it was a full.
Does she do a second vault? No. Okay, cute.
I
She
mean, it was
got
cut.
a 13-1.
It was cut.
Moving on. Now we have the 2023 Junior World All-Around Champion. She was an Olympian. She went to Paris. She competed at the World Cups in Baku, I think. She won the beam final. She sometimes has a def in her bars routine. She's weak on vault, though. Just a simple Yurchenko full. I hope she can upgrade that for Worlds.
Nisha says she has to go, you all.
I totally understand. This is like fun, but I understand if this is also a bit tedious going through all these routines. It'd be nicer if we could just watch the competition, of course.
Bye,
Because
I
every
actually
Nisha.
prefer it this way, Oscar. Give me 1 second before my phone goes dead.
Okay, bye Nisha. It was so fun spending time with you and talking. I'm glad we were able to watch together. Let me know when you're ready. I did not say her name. Her name is Haruka Nakamura, and she scored in 5th place after 2 days. Her better all-around total was 53.032 on the second day.
I'm back.
Okay, great. Ready?
Yes.
So she starts off with an in-bar full, pretty good handstand. She's usually very late. A nice pike Delchev in between the bars, a great handstand.
Oh yeah, she's one coming.
She is great. She has great difficulty. She's just missing a shap half in her routine. I think she has to do a half pirouette toe shoot here. A toe on, a toe full, a little later than the in-bar full. Nice Sukahara dismount. So she could definitely make a bars final at Worlds if she cleans up her pirouettes, but we've been saying that for a while. Let's watch her beam. She won a World Cup title on beam earlier this season.
I think I was impressed with her beam and floor.
Her layout. You weren't impressed with her pike Delchev, her in-bar full to pike Delchev?
Oh, I didn't see it. It's kind of choppy for me.
Is it choppy? Is it lagging?
A
Yeah.
little.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I can do to make it better.
You're
at
not
this point.
you're not a fiber gal.
Definitely not. Should I keep going with it? Is it unwatchable?
It's getting worse as we're progressing in time. Like it wasn't so bad at first, but it's getting worse as we're progressing in time. So I don't know. How do you feel?
Well, like I said, I want to watch these routines anyway, so I'd prefer to watch them together. But I thought that I didn't understand it was lagging. I feel bad now. Because it's not lagging for me at all. You tell me if it's unwatchable, okay? Are you able to see what skills she's doing, Shayna?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Did she do like 2 straddles just now?
She did her front aerial into her split straddle.
She just did a side aerial.
Maybe she's gonna do a switch ring. Nope, a switch leap into
a ring.
A ring jump.
Dismount.
Lovely 2.5.
Mm-hmm. What did she score?
She scored a 13,966 for that.
Oh wow.
She had a couple of little like different type of balance checks, but the skills were pretty solid.
And for the bars routine, she scored a 13.5.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she had all that difficulty.
Oh, I just saw it. In part 2.
Definitely worth a replay.
She's a little late on the pirouette, but yeah,
definitely.
She has some good things. I don't like the toe shoot up anymore.
No, it seems I don't think any Japanese gymnasts have a shaft half, and they really need them to stay competitive. We'll watch her floor routine, and then we'll move on to the next gymnast.
きましたね。
そして中村遥2班です。これが最後の種目ということになります。床の演技、パリオリンピック出場。
Very dramatic music.
ザの3回ターン、はい、
めっちゃ
しっかりひねり切りました。いい難度です。この展開2回ひねりから選手
Jordan Bowers tees.
これ 0.1 の加点です。
This is a new routine for her.
後方の後ろ2回宙返り D 難度、はい、着地姿勢高くて素晴らしいですね。交差ジャンプ B 難度からジャンプの1回 C 難度です。後方の1回半ひねりから前方の1回ひねり C プラス C で 0.1 の加点になります。
技をつなげることによって加点も得ました。そしてここは2回ターンを予定。ちょっとふらついた。
そうですね、途中でかかってしまいましたので、ここは、2回ターンとして取られる可能性が低いです。後方の2回半ひねり前宙、新前宙ですね。0.1
Oh, she definitely upgraded her tumbling.
パリオリンピックの後の日本選手権。
That was nice. I enjoyed that. That scored a 12,766.
Yeah, after it's becoming unwatchable, so let's stop this.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
What is the
It's
highest,
okay.
Since I'm not in the loop, what's the highest floor scores right now?
From this competition, it looks like the highest floor score was a 13,166.
So compared to the rest of the world, how is it?
Ooh, good question.
Like, what are the Americans doing?
Well, we can look at the top scores on floor in 2025 for the women. The top floor score is a 14.5 from Jesselo. That was Manila. Anna Barbosu scored a 13.8 at Jesselo as well. Ashley Sullivan at DTB scored a 13.75. Emma Fioravanti of Italy scored a 13.75 at Jesselo.
Where are you finding this? Where are you finding this at?
This is on that great website called the Gymternet. Sabrina Voynier scored a 13.7 at Doha in qualification.
Kalina Nimor
is there, 13.666. Diana Gainulina, Alba Petisco of Spain, Aiko Sukihara at Antalya scored a 13.633, and Leah Monica Fontaine of Canada scored a 13.6.
Who is this Russian junior?
Diana Gainulina. She's great. I think she's lovely to watch. I posted her floor at a recent domestic competition on my YouTube. It's one of my more recent videos if you're interested. And for more information, the best floor exercise difficulty scores seem to be at a 5.8 right now. That's the top in the world.
The Italians and everybody, really. When did lost my train of thought.
No problem. Oh, I feel so bad that it's not working because I wanted to watch the winner, Kishi Rina, your favorite.
It's okay. Eventually I will post them somewhere.
That wasn't her that we just watched?
No, that was Haruka Nakamura. Is she your fave instead?
It's the other name.
Was it unwatchable for you too, Shayna? Because I know Michaela has really high standards.
I was able to watch it.
Should we try watching Kishi Rina's floor? And you tell me?
We should. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, if they even post. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, they posted it.
Is it this one or the other one? So she posted a 14.366 for her double twisting Yurchenko.
Okay.
Oh wow! Can we play that?
Yeah. Big Silavash. Yeah, I love this leotard.
I can't see it.
You're not sharing the screen with us, Oscar.
Oh, was I sharing the wrong tab? Sorry. I'm trying my best, you guys.
Yeah, we got it.
3、3以上であれば優勝。岸が問題なく実施をこなせば十分に上回ってくる得点差です。初優勝に向けて冒頭は H 難度のシリバス。高い。着地した決めた。
とってもいい実施です。
冒頭の H 難度を決めてきました。ここから勢いに乗ってくる岸里奈。
前方の1回から3点目の2回
しっかり得てきました。
はい、ここはそうですね。はい、C プラス C ですね。
あ、C プラス C ですね。
はい。
That
今回は
was
C プラ
nice.
ス D を実施できる予定でしたが、
はい
ここはしっかり安定にまとめてきました。
そしてここでターン。
スターの2回ターン D 難度。
そしてこの後の足持ちのターン。
はい、足持ちの2回ターン D 難度です。はい、ここの着地。ここの高い角度2回宙返り。はい、いいですね。
止めてきました。ここまでのアクロバットはほぼ決めています。
はい、大沢から大ジャンプの輪の半分ひねり。
初優勝をかけたオリンピック経験者岸里奈。
後方の2回宙返り。
Oh!
Oh, she's doing so well.
さあこの両手を
And I'm loving the, what was her difficulty?
She only scored a 12.666. Let me try to find her difficulty.
So was that a 8/10 or a point deduction for that landing?
I'm sure that was a point, unfortunately.
So it would have been a 13 what?
666.
That's
In
not bad.
theory.
That's not bad.
Might have been higher, landing deductions,
What was her what was that jump she did before that last pass? It looked kind of wonky.
Oh, she did a jump before her last pass?
ここ
Mm-hmm.
までのアクロバットは
A switch ring?
止めてきました。ここまでのアクロバットはほぼ決めています。
Oh, and then a split ring with a half turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was wonky. She didn't really hit split. And the half turn is like pretty ugly.
So she probably didn't get credit for that or some type of deduction. She
I'm
has
sure.
potential.
I'm
She has
sure.
potential.
Let me look at what the best event scores were for each thing. So she had the best vault. It looks like someone else also did a DTY, but the name is in Japanese. 14.366, 14.133. Oh, there's another 5.0 vault. 14.0. Then on bars, 13.633 is the top score. Beam, 14.5. Someone else scored a 14.033.
So that's the thing with men's gymnastics. It's too fucking long. Excuse me.
Oh, it is.
And
Should
for
we
what
watch Shoko Miyata?
Yes. My favorite.
Your favorite. Okay. They have her. Oh, I think she did a. I'm expecting her to do a DTY. Oops, I was sharing the wrong tab again.
so she's the one that's been at a couple worlds, her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think one year they let her end on bars when I almost thought that Japan was gonna get a medal and she did terrible.
Well, she wasn't really the one that lost it for them. The one that lost it for them was Kokoro Fukusawa,
Mm-hmm.
and they posted her bars from this competition as well. We can watch that after we finish with Shoko.
I don't remember what year that was, but Oscar. It was
That
one of
was
the
that was Liverpool in 2022.
yeah, they were really good, and I think Canada ended up squeaking out.
That's right. Canada won a historic bronze medal.
That was a good one. And then I think they were so bad on bars they ended up being last.
Last or second to last. It was very much Brazil at 2018 World Championships. They were in third place going into bars on their last event. What did you think about this competition in general, Michaela? since you were so excited for it?
It met my expectations.
Good, I'm glad. But not too many thoughts.
So enlighten me with
I
the Russian.
haven't seen everything yet to have opinions like that.
Got it.
I do think the Japanese girls look stronger than a lot of the American girls that we've seen so far. Maybe not Claire Please, maybe not Ashley Sullivan. I think they give Simone Rose a run for her money.
I think it's pretty. Ooh, nice stuck dismount. We'll get a replay of that. It was a little untidy, but we love a stuck dismount. It's a little tucked.
A little tuck, a little low chest landing.
She got a 13.6 for that routine. And then she also showed a new floor.
さあ宮田最終滑走を目指す全日本
Sorry?
I was asking Michaela, was that a yawn?
That was definitely a yawn.
Like, it's coming.
笑顔も出ていました
It's so early.
最初から難度の高いアクロバットを入れています
テンポテンポバク転ムーンサルト
高さがある、
いいですね。0.2の加点になります。
小さく一歩でとどめました、
こういった胸の動き、とてもいい
Hey,
ですね。
Oscar,
Yeah?
can you rewind it to the past? First time the past, I couldn't tell what it was.
Oh, yeah, it was a whip full in.
Okay. That's very old school gymnastics. Excuse me.
Lovely 2.5 front layout. I feel like it's rare for these Japanese. They're not making many mistakes from the few routines we've seen, besides that one floor double pike dismount.
Mm-hmm.
I think they look solid, and besides that,
and this is the beginning of the like the cycle for them, right? The competitions.
yes, I think so.
So I think Kishi, what's her name? I think she just got to get her stamina together, and I think she'll be fine.
Definitely. And I think she did better on the first day of competition on floor. This is the girl who had a very terrible bars routine during the team final at Worlds in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Kokora Fukasawa. But she used to have a downy in her routine. She might even have a shap half. We'll see where she's at now. Downy, pack, Maloney, Bahardwaj, Van Leeuwen, short handstand.
Oh, she's going for it.
Cranking out the skills.
TOEFL.
No, she's making it.
Oh, very inconsistent gymnast, unfortunately.
The Japanese team is like if the Americans and the Chinese team had a baby together, it would be the Japanese girls.
I can see that. Why do you say that?
They have a lot of technique like the Chinese gymnasts, but they choose a lot of skills like the American gymnasts, and they have a lot of the minor errors that the Americans have, like flat feet, leg separations. Their gymnastics goes very well with any NCAA school.
Get down.
Let's watch Miss Aiko Sugihara. She won silver at this competition.
Okay, cool. And I have about another 10 minutes, you guys, left in me for the show, so let's make it count.
What do we think of her outfit?
I
What?
ate it.
What in the foolishness?
I ate it. What in
She's
the
wearing
Frederick Richards is
denim
going on?
shorts on her Leo.
What in the Frederick Richards is going on?
I don't like it.
I mean, isn't it part of the rules that they can wear shorts now?
Lovely. That was great. What do you think that would have scored today at Nationals?
9-9.
Do you think she
985.
could do a DTY?
Yeah, I think if she was in America, they would have her doing an Arminar by now.
Not many deductions. Lots of replays. We love all the replays. So allegedly, we have no way to confirm this as of now, but allegedly, oh, she got a 13,933 for that 1.5. Allegedly, this is the girl who was the alternate for the Paris Olympics, and she allegedly reported Shoko Miyata for smoking cigarettes. And people think it was because she thought that if she got her kicked off the team, they would put her on instead. What ended up happening was Shoko was kicked off the team, and they just chose to compete with 4 gymnasts and didn't even choose a replacement.
They said, bitch, that's what you get for
Wait, can you rewind that? Yes, thank you.
TOEFL, Pack, Maloney, Ginger.
Oh, see, I thought she connected the pack into the Maloney. That's why I wanted to see that rewind.
Double Pike.
She's really clean though. She's really clean.
She got
I'm
a
sure.
13.3 for that.
I watched the what's her name? Kate McDonald is pretty good on bars.
She was really good, and it would have scored even better if she didn't have that lack of rhythm on the low bar, right? After her pack.
I say, look at this Australian transplant.
Switch leap into a split ring leap. A little wobble. Front aerial. Little pause into her 2 jumps. She seems like a very calm competitor. Flick, layout, step out. Y turn. This gymnast has a skill named after her, the Sugihara, which is the double Y turn on beam. Side aerial. What is she cooking? A switch ring.
Mm. Let her cook.
Expecting a lovely double pike dismount. Great. That scored her a 13-6. I want to watch her floor routine, and I would love to watch the bronze medalists' routines, and then we can be done. Does that work for you? Is that too much?
That works for me.
Okay, good. Double L turn. Ooh, 2.5. That looked creditable. Double layout. Oop, the flag went up. I guess she was out of bounds. 1.5. Step out through to a lovely double tuck. She's pounding the floor. She's giving you facial expressions. Lovely switch ring. Lovely strug. She's clapping, she's waving. She's memeling. Smiles. Into her 2.5 front layout. Oh, she is a little off on that.
Ooh.
That's too bad. This gymnast won a World Cup title on floor earlier this season. I think she beat Claire Pease at Antalya in Turkey. Double pike, just a tad bit short. She finishes with a crown on her head, and she is smiling. So maybe some endurance issues for the Japanese gymnast on floor. 12.466. Last gymnast we'll look at today is named Yume Minami, a newish name for me. She was able to capture the bronze medal in the all-around after 2 days.
Yeah.
Lovely leotard.
Does the Japanese team have some kind of deal with Leanne Wong?
No, why do you say that? None of them are wearing bows.
Isn't that a bow in her hair right there?
No, it's like a scrunchie with like fake flowers on it.
Ah.
She squeaked out that last half twist. I thought it was going to be a Yurchenko full. Nice Yurchenko 1.5. Lovely. She scored a 13.6 for her 1.5 on vault. Here she goes onto the uneven bars. In-bar. In-bar full. High ginger. Blind change into a jam. Into a Pike Jaeger.
Oh, dope.
Great handstand. Pack salto. Late on that pirouette. She needs a Van Leeuwen or a Chapath. Toe on.
There's good handstands though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice double layout, just a little knee bend, I think, on the second flip.
What did that score?
That scored a 13-6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like this young lady.
2 13-6s, one on vault, one on bars. She's consistent. Let's see what she has in store on the balance beam. One,
This
two,
this
three.
NCAA, this men's meet is pretty good.
Is it? Who's impressing you?
Uh, Oklahoma, Michigan, Nebraska, Stanford. Those 4 teams.
Do you know Cameron Nelson? Oh, was that a
He
triple series?
is that the
Flick Lele.
He's from. He transferred to what, Illinois?
I thought he was at Nebraska. Is he
Oh,
not?
he's at Nebraska. He was used to be at Illinois, right?
He might still be at Illinois. I'm not sure. But I just know he does a triple back and a triple pike back on floor. This gymnast looks very confident. Oh, saved the front aerial. Dismounting with a 2.5 twist. A little over rotated. That scored her a 13-133. We'll watch her floor routine and then we'll be done because the girls are done. I could keep going.
Hey,
for the record.
hey, Mac. Hey, I came back.
Yes.
I have a question, you guys. Can y'all hear
Yeah.
me? So I just saw on Reddit where somebody said because of the low scores Missouri and Utah scored, they said we should do like instead of having 2 semifinals, you have one and put all 8 teams and have like they do like Olympics and Worlds, like all 8 teams go at the same time. 2 teams alternate events.
I'm down.
I would love that. What do you
What's
think,
not
Mac?
to love?
Yeah, I like it better when it was the Super Six more than it was the 4 on the floor. So I would prefer it to be 8. I would prefer them to change the whole NCAA championship to the World Championship format, where it's a team all around an event final.
Yeah, because you can't really do nothing about the regional aspect of it. But when you get to that level, and just how on a world, everyone is in their own little session. But when they get to that finals, you want the best against the best, and the best 4 teams weren't there today, but the 4 teams that qualified were.
Correct.
It's just a difference, and they complaining about why they took the Super Six for the fans and all that. So I just feel like Utah and Missouri really was out of it from jump.
Okay. I thought I was like, it'd be nice to get back on this, see what they think about it. I would definitely be down for it. Shoot.
They should do it. So if anyone wants to keep watching some routines, this is the channel on YouTube. We're so thankful that they posted the routines that they did so we can watch them together.
Yes.
Jim and Yang with some underscores in there.
Oh my goodness. Let me open up my laptop so I can follow them.
Yes, everyone should go subscribe.
And with that being said, are we watching somebody's floor routine?
We are. We're watching Yuma Minura's floor routine.
Okay.
Is it
That
Jim?
damn
Just
sure
like
is
we
not the-
planned to. Just like we
Okay.
agreed on.
Okay. I forgot.
Jiminy Yang. Is it green? Yep. Here we go.
Asukahara.
So what's another get down? What's another page? Get down.
I'll send you some, Shayna.
Yeah.
In general or for Japanese gymnastics, or
In,
what are you
ge-
looking for?
in general, for majority of the elite stuff.
I'll
Oh
send you a
gosh.
channel that's just like number one gym fan that almost always posts the meet.
Okay.
Don't gatekeep it. Tell everyone what it's called.
I will post it in the group chat. No, I am gatekeeping it because y'all bitches like to report these damn shits and get these people channels taken down.
And then
So you
and then
damn
we
right,
can't
I'm
we can't
gatekeeping.
watch it. Right. And then we
I don't
can't
blame
watch
you,
the shit
Max.
no more. Yes, ma'am. Don't tell them nothing.
I agree.
Nothing.
Then we gonna be looking stupid and can't find nothing to watch.
Have all these damn people channels taken down because y'all be mad because they don't post your. No.
Oh,
Nisha,
that pommel routine.
you watch the men's? It's good, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's good. Nebraska slayed on floor. They slayed it on floor. I live for all that difficulty.
So that scored her a 12.766. She won the bronze. Check this out. I found it. The teams are now official. Japan has announced for Junior World Championships the gymnast we were just watching, Mino Yume. A gymnast we did not watch, Nishiyama Misa, and Ogawa Risora. So I guess the gymnast we were just watching was a junior, but she was able to place in the medals at this competition. The Asian Senior Gymnastics Championships, the team will be Kishirina, Olympian Kishirina, Aiko Sugihara, who is wearing the denim shorts, Kawakami Saki, the first gymnast we watched today, and Nakamura Haruka, the junior world all-around champion and an Olympian. Then the Asian Junior Gymnastics Championship team will be Muneta Rinon, Togo Nanami, Sarada Ayu, and Minami Tobi. Very exciting.
So there is a Junior Worlds this year? I didn't know that.
Yes, there's a Junior Worlds this year.
Interesting.
One
Lady
other
Queen. That's
one
your.
other piece of information. There was a French Championships, and Laurette Sharpie, a fan favorite, she was able to capture the gold medal. She beat
Oh wow.
Oh, she's
Morgane
still competing?
Osisek and Jenna Leroux. She scored a 52.250.
I mean, France is kind of went off the map since the Olympics. Since that meltdown, I figured they would.
What's her name?
Melanie?
On the GOAT tour still.
I don't know.
Trying to
That
find
No,
Melanie
no.
she's in hiding, trying to rebuild her confidence, I hope.
Girl, give it up.
Who knows? Maybe she's booked and busy. She's a Dior ambassador. Well,
Ooh, and with that being said, this was a lot of gymnastics this weekend, you all.
it was.
NCAA season, you weren't my favorite, but you weren't bad. I just really have no more thoughts. We'll see you all. Oh, yeah, I do have a thought. We are now officially moving the show back to Saturdays. So don't look for no show Monday. Look for the show next Saturday. I mean, unless something happens, then you'll get a show in the week. But you're looking for it on Saturdays.
Cameron Nelson, Ohio State.
Ohio State. Oh, okay.
Somebody just did a triple full on vault.
Lovely.
Mickey Mays. Let me see.
A Yurchenko triple?
Oh,
No,
he did like a 2.5.
Oh,
We
somebody
didn't
just did a
even
triple Mac
acknowledge
on
it.
Cameron Nelson just did a triple.
Mac, he did a 2.5, Shayna. That was no triple.
And then
I
this one
told you,
just
Shayna. That's how I know him. He does a triple back and a triple pike.
he just did a triple back off of rings. They
Oh, off
are
of
doing some good.
rings.
They are
Okay.
doing some good gymnastics. These men.
Is that the Wittenberg? Did he do a triple back off something?
He
Or
has the
triple
Yeah.
Wittenberg is a triple pike.
pike? Okay, I knew it was one of them.
I
So we
can't
didn't
believe
even
Sabrina
touch the
Bon-
World Cup in Doha, but it happened. Today was the beam and floor final.
Sabrina
That's what she
Bonnier.
fell. I saw her routine earlier. Somebody did you post it, Oscar or McCack? I saw that you guys posted earlier.
It was
One of
me.
us.
Okay.
How did she do? I didn't see it. I just saw the
Are
She
you
award
fell.
seeing this,
ceremony.
Shayna? What we're sharing right now?
Oh, I wasn't even watching, looking at that. I was looking.
Look, she nails the hardest skill you can do on the beam,
It fell on the easiest
and
almost.
then she falls on her split jump.
Yeah.
She recently and had like a lot of difficulty. High.
Yes, she scored in the 12s on at Jesselo, but then in qualification here she put up 13 pluses on beam and floor, and she captured the floor gold medal, but she fell twice in the beam final.
She still won.
No, she did not win
No.
the beam medal, any beam medal.
She won floor.
Pick it up. Let me see. Let me see it. Bring it to me.
And with that being said, you all, that was the podcast for today. Today was real fun. I had so much fun watching gymnastics with you all. It was almost like the Olympics, but not
No,
really.
Matt, you didn't read Ben. You said you're gonna read Ben.
Ben, that is some of the most fair weather fan shit that I've ever seen. Like,
Hello.
you can read your school, but you act like you was had a leotard on, sir, and you was out there flipping this shit, girl. Like your feelings was so damn hurt. Like you are a fan. Your feelings don't get to be that hurt. Like you just don't. Not in my opinion.
I feel the same
Definitely.
way. I feel the same way. But he don't get to be all that. He does not.
You
No.
are a fan. You do not have. You are not a coach. They do not pay you. Even if they did pay you, you're not one of the girls. You're not a gymnast. You're not out there flipping and shit. You do not get to flip out on them like that because they lost the meet that you feel like they shouldn't have. That is some fair weather fan shit. And if LSU, if I was LSU, I would strip you of any accommodations. I would no longer allow you to associate yourself with our gymnastics program. It would be done.
Well, I submitted something to somebody that was very close to the program, so hopefully it's coming. Hopefully.
You are a fan. You are a fan who do the same thing that I do. You blog on LSU gymnastics. You do not get to go off on them like that because, and then you want to sit there and issue that apology, but it wasn't an apology. It was an explanation of what, girl. That was horrible. That was deplorable. That was like, yeah, you should be like if anybody still follows you for any LSU information, they're dumb because you do not get to flip out on the girls like that because they lost. If anything, you should be comforting as a fan. It's your job to comfort their asses. It's your job to make them feel better, to tell silly little jokes. You're supposed to get on the internet and be like, ah, this was a wonderful season. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm sad that you all lost, but you know,
How old is Ben?
I read that. I think like this person must be like 18.
I think he
no,
graduated. He
yeah,
graduated from LSU.
Ben is like in his 20s, mid 20s.
Just graduated, but I don't know him personally,
But he
and I
knows
wasn't
better.
gonna just act a complete fool with him. But like I was saying, I was like, you're stating the obvious. I'm sure they disappointed, but they didn't choke. And
Not at all.
you are definitely like the fan base of LSU that people complain about a lot. Like it was not a good look at all.
Not at all.
Oh, Corey Young.
Like I was sad too. But it was like I didn't take her on the gym. It's like I was just like, okay, well, I live another day. It's fine. It's not that I'm not gonna be. I mean, just overanalyze like the whole thing, not just one night.
Like people be like, I was telling this to Nisha one day when we was texting, but like I'm sure Michaela
Mm-hmm.
feels the same. Michaela feels the same way.
Yeah.
We have been watching this a long time. It has been years where our team have not even made it to nationals. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah, it's a sadness about it, but at the end of the day, this is sports. And to just be nasty, I think that brings out the best and the worst in people. And he really needs
Absolutely.
to shut his
And then
fat
there are
mouth
plenty of
up.
ways to have conversations like I did this morning. I didn't blame any girl. I didn't say it's this girl. I'm saying it's the judge's fault, and I'm giving my opinions on how we can fix the judging. That's perfectly fine. But to attack the
Mm-hmm.
girls like they did something to you personally,
Yep.
sir, if I was one of them girls and I saw you in my real life, I would spit in your face.
Hmm.
Like
Say how
he would
you
literally get
really
these.
feel.
He would get these hands. Like you don't do stuff like that. Like you just don't. That's like if people cared about gymnastics like we do, he would be like if I was in Baton Rouge. Let me stop, Lord. I have a child. Let me stop.
I mean, you just don't. First of all, Ben, let me just go there. You are a man. So you do not attack women because you're upset what they did. Like that's
And
something.
he's just been ranting on and on. Have y'all listened? Y'all don't follow him, but I have been sending them to. He have been ranting on and trying to like do with some kind of like control damage, but it's like it's already been done, and I don't want to hear
At
the
this point,
excuses.
Ben, you should follow the lead of the skating lessons and just deactivate.
I agree. It was literally that bad. Like when I went back and read it, whatever y'all said this morning, I was like, "Is he kidding? Is he serious?" From you guys were timid, blah blah blah. I'm like, you.
And you saw what I put. You saw what I had put. I was like, you're stating the obvious. Like I didn't want to go back and forth, and he started talking, but other people were starting to comment on it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just getting too old to be going back and forth with somebody I'm never gonna meet in person. And if you call yourself a
Shayla,
fan,
you may. You down there with him? You may.
call yourself a man, and you call yourself a fan. I don't know if he's from Louisiana. I know he's graduated from LSU because he used to be a part of especially you. You've interviewed these girls. You were part of the school like newspaper or something. He was affiliated with it. For you to bring your dusty mouth ass up there on this social media platform, say some stuff like that. I hope he watching it because you need to learn from your mistakes.
I
Or
agree.
You are not
or you're just a shitty person and you won't learn from it.
I think
You
he's a
just got
shitty, dusty bum.
just
That's what
got
he is.
caught now. You just got
Yep.
caught.
He's been doing this for years, so I could follow him. He's been doing this crap for years, like talking crazy to people about people, like for years. So like when does it stop? Because he's not gonna stop.
It stops when people stop following him. If
Mhm.
people, if
And don't
people
give
really,
time of day. When you bring attention to it, I think he gets off on it.
I think so too.
And
I
it's just so
think so
negative.
too. And not only do I think so, he literally said he gets off on it. That's why he was doing it in his apology.
He
Really?
did. Yeah, he did.
I gotta go back and read that. Then I guess I didn't read it.
I
He
didn't
just
read
pissed
that.
me off so bad. He had pissed me
Yeah,
off
because
so bad. Yeah.
I was just kind of over it, and like
Yeah.
I just get to the point, and then you have certain people on the college gym boards and Reddit, they be complaining about like, well, this is gymnastics, but it's a sport, and everybody complains about football and basketball when people don't do right and all that. I say, yeah, I understand that, but at the end of the day, this is still women also, and
I agree.
it's a different type of sport. And your ass can't. You might can go dribble a basketball or throw a baseball, but you definitely can't do a front aerial or a
Have
back
you
spring
have you seen the pictures of Ben? He can't do none of that. He can't
or
do none.
skip
No.
to be opening your mouth saying some shit like that. I tried to do a kip back in the day. That shit is hard carrying your own body weight.
It sure is. Hey, I tried 2 weekends ago at the park with my son, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't do this crap."
Hanging on from a damn
I,
swing used to be
I
hard.
almost broke my elbows and shoulders and everything.
And then for you to fix your mouth and say some shit like that, I feel like the world we live in now with the social media and people just free speech, they take it a little too far sometimes.
And for you to be a fan, not just a fan, but the self-appointed #1 fan of LSU's gymnastics, like for you to
Well,
flip on your own team like that, not
I
on.
I don't think he was the #1 fan because I'm the #1 fan, but
I was like, "Shayla gonna be."
I'm the #1 fan, but he was affiliated with him because he used to do the interviews to the girls in Jade when they after the press conferences.
Yep.
And then I think was affiliated with the Daily Reveal, which is the LSU newspaper. So he's graduated on. He does a lot of things for other sports too, but he's closer to me when it came to the program. And for you to put this shit on your like vent to yourself, what I said, go to therapy. Like vent to yourself.
Yes.
Don't put no shit like that on there because you don't never know whose family member or who's watching that. And I'm sure they're more disappointed than you to say that with a fat ass mouth.
It's
I agree.
unacceptable, beyond messy, so unprofessional. I feel like we've called it out now. I don't want to give him any more, waste any
Yeah,
more
it's just
energy or breath on him.
you're absolutely right. It was just for me. It's not even what he said. It's the apology to what he said that got me like, oh,
No, like he showed his ass with that, like, now, like, yeah, I feel like it's very clear to me what type of person he is, and
oh, absolutely,
it's not
absolutely,
even worth engaging in. It's beyond saving.
absolutely, absolutely. And with that being said, now that we done took in the trash out, let's end the show.
It was a fun show, and I'm gonna try to start getting into to the elite stuff and watching the girls and catching back up on
Yay!
like what are the start values for vaults and because I don't know all of them.
That will be so fun because you're gonna have a different perspective. You'll notice different things. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Plus I'm going to nationals this year, so I need to look like I know something while I'm in the stands. So I'm gonna just be bored to death.
Oh my gosh, you're going to the NHK Trophy? See you there.
The one in New Orleans?
No, I'm teasing. That's the Japanese competition. I know you're
Oh
going to
no,
nationals. That's gonna be really fun. Don't
no,
worry, we'll get you fully prepared in time.
yeah.
You'll know all the girls' names, and everyone will be coming to you for the info.
And Sully, the reason why I won't put these tweets up is because I refuse to give that child that much attention.
Love you guys. Have a good
Love
evening.
you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Please finish enjoying the men's NCAA championships. I think they have like another hour to go.
No, they
And
got one more rotation.
Then this is long.
them rotations take like an
Oh,
hour.
Asher Vault. Asher's Vault. Ooh.
I
Yeah.
just hope that Charlie Larson is able to win vault and floor.
Not with Asher.
Happy Easter.
Happy
Asher just
Easter.
out there
That's
vault. You saw his
Happy
vault, Shayna.
Easter, everybody.
it's still
And for
so
the more
hard though.
sinister people out there, happy 420. That's what I'm celebrating. I'm going to start celebrating right now. And
Yeah.
The devil's lettuce.
I'm going to do some laundry and go to sleep. And with that being said, peace out, everybody.
Peace.